PAILs rails are a great exercise to build strength, specifically in ranges of motion we don't usually train in or have great access to our strength in, because strength is angle specific. So I might be strong with my leg here, but I'm not strong here. And this position is really important if you want to get into a deep squat. So for this exercise, we're going to find a box or a bench or something that we can put our foot onto, lean into hip flexion, and grab a hold of. We really want to be able to use our hands to grab a hold of that so that we can really generate a lot of tension and muscular strength from this leg. Now, we want to make sure that we don't have any pinching in that hip. If you do, or in the front of your ankle or even in the back of your knee, this exercise might not be for you because those are closing angle symptoms and we never want to push into them. So defer this exercise for now. Now, to get into the position, you're going to want this to be higher if you have a lot of mobility. If you don't, it can be lower, but know that you can't generate a lot of pressure unless you are really leaned into a lot of hip flexion. So the higher, the more difficult it's gonna be, but that's going to translate more into a deeper squat that's more of your end range of motion. You're gonna have to pick a height of a box that works best for you. Now from here, you're gonna get into hip flexion, get into a nice comfy position. We're going to start with PAILs, which in this for hip flexion is going to be squeezing and finding your glutes. So we're gonna think about trying to crush this box down into earth, but you're stuck in this position, it's not gonna go anywhere. So I want you to think about your foot crushing down. Start with about 10%, just like you would a step up or something along those lines. Ramp that to 20, ramp that to 40, ramp that to 60, 80. Now give me your safest, greatest effort. And hold for 20 seconds here. So we're gonna ramp up over about 10, hold for 20, slowly ramp down. Now rails is going to be the opposite. So the muscles that would lift my knee into my chest are what we're going to use, but because we're stuck in that end range of motion, we're not gonna move anywhere, but I want you to feel your foot lighter on the box and heavier into your chest. So I want you to really try to lift. We're going to make sure we are not rotating and compensating in the rest of our body. We are literally staying where we are. We're just contracting our hip flexors, lifting our knee into our chest, ramping from 10 to 20%, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80. Now give me your safest, greatest effort. Hold for about 20 seconds from there and ramp back down. Once that's up, you're going to typically ramp up over 10 seconds, hold for 20 seconds, unless your program describes something different. The amount of sets you do is also going to start typically at around 1 or 2 of them, but you may progress and add more as you're going. So follow your program. Make sure that you are trying to contract a little harder, maybe adding a little time or repetitions of this, but make sure that you are not pushing into any closing angle symptoms, because that's going to be the first and foremost #1 thing. And then as you're going, making sure that you're progressively overloading, and you'll get lots of benefits from this exercise.